This is going to be a quick video, guys. We're talking about Psyops. You're watching the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Stick around. Welcome to the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. I am Jacob, your host. This channel is made possible through the support of my viewers. You can support this channel either by going to my website, beachandtactical.com, where I sell custom-made, made-to-order rifle slings. I'm also currently doing a pre-sale on our I Hate Communists t-shirts. I also have a knife brand, Exodus Knife and Tool, premium knives made in Michigan for practical use. And this month's channel sponsor is Stand Strong Art. I would encourage you to check him out, especially for his Christian warrior themed gear. So, links to how you can support this channel will be in the description box below, to include my Patreon and affiliate links. Let's get you right back to the content. The situation that I want to talk to you about today is a very good example of how psyops often work. And that is, you get a narrative, you see a narrative, and behind the scenes you have something entirely different. So Greta Thunberg, the eco-terrorist, whatever, was shown being hauled away by police and being protected by police at some kind of eco-protest bullcrap in Germany, upholding her image as an eco-Nazi, while simultaneously people on the right are cheering for justice being done. However, it was leaked not long after that the reality was much different, of course. First off, I want you to consider something. When the media is already set up somewhere to do something like this, chances are it's not that organic. Chances are the media knew that something was going to happen, knew that they were going to need news, and probably knew exactly what was going to happen, and already had all the logistical things in place to be there to get the footage, which is what you see here. And so the reality of this situation is not exactly what the narrative showed, as we have the police hanging out with Greta beforehand, getting her to look a certain way for this little media photo shoot, getting pictures with her, posing with her. The entire thing is a setup. And so why this is so important is it's an excellent example of how psyops can work. Let's say you've got some YouTuber with a CIA partner, and 95% of the time he is telling the truth and saying things that you agree with. There was this saying that used to be commonplace that had a lot of weight. That was, the devil is in the details. 5% of the time, or even 1% of the time, he manipulates the information that he's being fed to give to you to manipulate your opinion of him. Now, this can be done in a lot of different ways. If you've got Joe Rogan, for instance, he can tell you to vote for, literally vote for a socialist for the president of the United States. He can share all kinds of good information, and he can be attacked by Spotify. All of these things can happen. But where does it leave you? Okay, so let's back this up a little bit. Joe Rogan is a conservative hero and icon. Joe Rogan tells you to vote for a socialist for president. Joe Rogan is ousted as a phony. Joe Rogan does a couple more videos that are conservative and is mostly brought back into the fold. Then Joe Rogan is assaulted by Spotify, a liberal commie company, essentially a deep state company. And now we hate Spotify, but since we hate Spotify, we must now again support Joe Rogan fully. What happens to Joe Rogan? He makes millions of dollars and everybody loves him again. What happens to Spotify? They go down in flames. Psych! They get rich. They make more money. They got free advertisement. They're still around. They're still making bank. Nothing happened. And everybody forgets about the whole thing. So you can do this in waves. The government or the shadow government can choose their little psyop heroes that they've given to you. They can give you a little bit of bad information at a time for one of them to share. A bunch of people will get mad at that person, but a few people will change their minds or be manipulated on any given subject. Everyone will be mad at this person, a few will be swayed, and then they'll keep giving the conservative, they'll keep bottle feeding you the milk, and you'll like them again until they've got another message to give you, and they'll manipulate people a little bit more. So the first rule of psyops, or the first rule for resisting psyops, is to know that you've already been psyoped. The term is mind fucked. You have been mind fucked. That's their term. Every single one of you on some topic. Myself, I have worked with psyops. I have inadvertently aided in what they do in Afghanistan. I understood a lot of what was going on then, but it wasn't until I got a degree in domestic terrorism and homeland security that stuff really started to come together for me. And then, of course, my own spiritual journey and being in the Word and reading the Bible, we realized that we're not fighting against powers and principalities, but forces of evil. This whole thing's a puppet show. And so those experiences brought me to where I am now. I'm doing these videos because I want to help you understand. Another thing to understand about this is psyops is just marketing. Purely. So you can be just as mind-fucked from marketing as you can from psyops. They've got this figured out. What is it? The Popeyes and Burger King having a battle for whose spicy chicken sandwich is better, but they're both owned by the same company. That's what we're talking about. And this is hard for people to understand because your perspective is about this big. My perspective might be about this big. But the whole picture's all around us, and only God has that whole picture. But the people pulling all of these strings, they have a lot of the picture because they're evil, they have the resources, and they're the ones making this stuff happen. They're the ones that know the objectives that they are trying to achieve through a huge, vast array of techniques and tactics. So Greta Thunberg, don't really care what her name is, the Swedish eco-Nazi with some mental disabilities, thank you for making a perfect example for how your evil overlords are manipulating good people. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Please check out my websites and the links below and all of that stuff. I'll talk to you there, and I hope that you have a blessed day.